What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We have a 2011 Kia Soul. I believe it has the 2-liter in it, and you can see right there, 2011. So he's got a misfire in cylinder 2, and he's already switched the wires. The spark plug, God, can't even talk. Spark plug is brand new in it, and the injector is firing. He says so you can actually feel it pulsating, and you can smell fuel on the front of the old spark plug. So he had it looked at, and they said they thought that it was a burnt valve is what they suspected. I did do a compression check on it before we got it here, and it only has 25 pounds of pressure in the cylinder, and that is with a wet test also. So we know that it's losing compression somewhere. I don't know if it is a burnt valve or if it's piston rings, but I'm going to actually pull this valve cover off first, which it has to be pulled off anyway. But we're going to pull this valve cover off, spin it over just to see if the valve is actually opening, or if it's stuck, or if there's something along those lines. But like I said, cylinder 2 only has 25 pounds of compression, which is not good at all, where the other ones had like 115. It was about average. I mean, some of them were around 120, one of them was around like 110, but they averaged about 115 on all of them. But let me grab some tools so we can get this stuff going. I'm gonna put y'all on a tripod so y'all can see a little bit better, and then we'll come back and get everything going. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna pull this valve cover off. I'm gonna go ahead and start by pulling spark plugs, wires. Get off there. Then I'm gonna go ahead and pull these hoses off right here and pull this intake tube off. I don't know if I said this yet or not, but he has already approved doing a head job on this if we need to. But I do want to make sure of what it is before we go any further. And of course, intake tube is going to be a pain in the butt. It's cold today, and I don't want to hit my knuckles on anything. If any of y'all know how it is whenever you hit your knuckles on something cold, it really sucks. I'm just going to break all these loose real quick. And what we'll do is, once they are broke loose, we'll go back and use my ratchet, my electric ratchet, to take them the rest of the way off. And then don't forget there's two on the front right here. Total, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's like 14 bolts total. So I'm just going to zip all these off. I'll fast forward past this just because it'd be a lot of bolts to do in real time. Alright, we got all the bolts out, and just for anybody who's wondering, the timing cover bolts right here, they are a different style of 10mm. Now, double check we got everything out. That one's still down in there, but it is all the way off. And of course, it's gonna stick. Probably no telling when this valve cover was changed. But they like to hang up on the spark plug too, also. There's your valve cover. Gasket don't feel horrible. Could be better, but look at all this carbon buildup on this thing. I mean, all that right there just come off top of the cam, what you call it, cam holder. I'm going to try to do is put y'all in an area where y'all can see the valves and stuff moving for me. So let me get my key. I know I got it in my pocket somewhere. I'm pretty sure you could hear that. Sound like air pushing back in. I'm actually going to go get my wife to help me. So I'm probably gonna cut y'all off for a minute. Like I said, I'm gonna get my wife to help me do something real quick so I can look at it. But I just want to let y'all see it first because I haven't even seen it yet. So we'll be back in just a minute. So I looked at it and I can hear compression coming out from somewhere, and I cannot tell exactly where it is, but it is having compression coming out of one of the heads valves somewhere. So I can't determine which valve it is at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and pull the head on this, and I've already pulled a few connectors and stuff off. I got the injectors disconnected, some of the sensors on the throttle body, the throttle cable, the cover on the exhaust manifold, and I think that's it as far as the sensors that I took off. And most of these sensors, you know, they're just little squeeze tabs. You just push in, pull up. The throttle cable and the cruise control, had to think for a minute. The cruise control, they just have these little pull-up clips. You just pull them up. They just sit down on top of that and hold them down. But you just pull those off and they pull right out, and then you have to flip the throttle blade back so you can get it, and there's little notches inside of the blades to pull the cables off of. And that's pretty much where I'm at the moment. Like I said, it's just a few sensors and stuff that I had already taken off. So the next step is to try to get the coil off right here and try to get the intake manifold off. And also I took one of the wiring harness hold down clamps off of the intake as well. So next step is to pull this wiring harness off of this bracket back here, and then we're going to try to start taking some of the hoses, because we got one hose that runs right here on the back, and then the fuel line is right here. It's just two 10mm to hold that on, and once we get that, I'll pull the fuel rail up so I can get in here and get the bolts, the upper bolts for the intake. So let me go ahead and take this fuel rail off so we can get our hand underneath here a little bit better, and then I'll try to get a pair of pliers back here to get this. Oh, never mind. It will clamp come down a lot easier than I thought it would. If I can get this off first then. She's a little tight. Let's see if I can take it off right here then. Might be a little easier to take it off at the brake booster rather than the don't drop your pliers. Use a pair of hose pliers. These work better and they got a little bit of an angle to them. Oh, yeah. It's moving, it just ain't coming up. Come on. Good God. I could almost feel me getting hurt before it happened, but I didn't. See if I can get these pliers out of here now. All right, where was I? See about getting, where are you? Here you are. See if I can get these fuel line bolts to come out. Actually, it's just one bolt. I thought there was two. Because there's not one on the other side of the regulator. These are 12s, yep. May just pull the whole route out without taking the line off, and we'll just fold it over. That may work a little bit better. They're 12 millimeters. That's the wrong socket, but they are 12s. That's one of your fuel rail hold down bolts, and there's only two of them. Right now, there it is. If I can pry up without, there we go. There's your whole fuel rail. That was a little bit easier. Cables out of the way, just so we can get stuff moved. Okay. So now that we have that, this ground wire is attached to a bracket. I can get it off. So there's a purge valve right here, and it runs right into the intake. I don't know if we can get it or not, but I'm gonna try to take that one hose off. Once I move the intake, I'll get y'all a little closer so y'all can see everything a little bit better. I got the intake off, and I just wanted to show y'all everything that you needed to take off and what the bolt pattern, everything looks like. So this is the bar that the intake is attached to. It's your brace or support bar. That was where the 14 millimeter was. Then here's your bolt pattern right there. And this lower one is going to have a little bracket right there that this sensor wire connects to, so you have to just push that out, and that's what it looks like. Push that out so you can get that off. And there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 bolts, it looks like. 5 on the bottom, 4 on the top. And these 3 right here are a pain in the butt to get to because you have to reach around the intake to get to it, but you can get it. It just takes a little flexibility, I guess you could say. They are all studs, and I'll show you the intake real quick. Here's the intake. Like I said, this is the front of it. That's the hose that we took off first. You can see the runners or journals, whatever you want to call them. And here's the back of it. That's where the 14 bolts into. There's a bracket right there for wire, and then there's your bottom 5 bolts or studs. Then there's where that purge line was going to, right there. And just here's all your connectors. Right there, and then the other ones are on the throttle body. But here's where your fuel injectors went in, right there. That was your two 12mm bolts, and here's where the bracket mount was, and then there's the last one. But that's everything on getting the intake out. Like I said, it is a little bit of a pain in the butt to get to these bottom 3 bolts, just because the way you have to reach around the intake.